Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Badger Breakdown. I'm Mike Lucas. I'm joined by Patrick Herb. Before we talk about Belmont and strengths and weaknesses of Wisconsin's first opponent, how about the Badgers? Can they bounce back after two losses?
They have to. I mean, there's no choice at this point. I think the team has done some soul searching this week. After the discouraging loss against Penn State that everybody wanted to flush out of their minds as soon as possible, the team took Saturday off. Sunday they watched the clips. Coach Ryan made them sit through those clips, and they got back in the weight room. And I think strength and conditioning coach Scott Hettenbach really kind of rallied the team and kind of gave them a pep talk saying it's now or never. We got 6 seniors on this team, and they've got to get back to doing what they were doing before the Ohio State game. So now 3 games ago, what they were doing and what made this team so successful.
I think anytime you break down a season or break down a team in preparation for a postseason game, you talk about urgency. There should be no shortage of urgency for the Badgers out here.
No question. And the fact that Wisconsin got a favorable seed, a 4 seed, but they're going into this tournament as an underdog, which is really hard to believe. A team that is ranked nationally and has had the success that they've had. But you look across the landscape of experts who are out there picking, and they're the underdog against Belmont.
Well, Belmont's a cute little story, and rightly so. They've won 30 games this year. They play 11 in a rotation. They come hard every possession. And again, it's whether the big school can handle the pressure of beating someone they're supposed to beat.
Yeah, and this is a team in Belmont that has NCAA experience. A lot of the guys on the team may not have experience because they haven't been there since '08, but the program does. And a lot of these guys that are there saw the team playing with Duke in the 2008 NCAA tournament, and they've played in big arenas this year at Tennessee and Vanderbilt. And you've probably done your research now on their coach, Rick Byrd, and his kind of correlation. He's been around a while, and he knows how to coach.
Well, the one thing everybody wants to know, Patrick, is can Wisconsin sustain something consistently over 2 halves offensively? Can they get back to making some shots and putting pressure on a defense?
Yeah, one thing that I'm hoping for that we'll see in the game against Belmont is Belmont likes to come full court with pressure after made baskets, after dead possessions out of bounds. I'm hoping that leads into a little more of a transition offense for the Badgers, and they might be able to get a few open looks around the rim, some transition buckets that will kind of open up and loosen them up offensively, which could then lead to some 3-pointers and making and kind of loosening up their shooting percentages, because obviously the last couple games that's been the glaring issue. And you look at Keaton Nankerville is probably a big X factor in this tournament. Every year that there's a team that makes a deep run, somebody gets hot. For the Badgers, it's been John Bryant in 2000 and Clayton Hansen in 2005 when they made the Elite 8 run. Keaton Nankerville might be the guy that could carry this team and get on a hot streak and have a 4-for-4 game from 3-point range.
And let's face it, one of the questions with this team since the start of the year is who are going to be the complementary role players, and what are those roles going to be? Are they going to change from week to week and game to game? And you touched on Keaton Nankerville supporting the big two of Lure and Taylor. But who else can we count on? Josh Gosser was superb against Ohio State, but in the Big Ten tournament against Penn State, Josh played like a true freshman, took only 1 shot.
Mm-hmm. He has shown that no game is too big for him. That Ohio State game, the atmosphere was as intense as you're going to find, and he showed up and played well, led the team with 17 points. And so he's got that in him to be that X factor. Another key is what, if anything, Wisconsin's be able to get out of Mike Bruzewicz. He's going to try practicing on Wednesday here in Tucson, but he might be a vital key player that they don't have. And he's not a starter, but he provides a big role, and he's got an edge to him rebounding. And this is a team, Belmont, that gets after the boards, especially offensively. So it's an opportunity for guys like Ryan Evans and Tim Jarmus, and maybe a surprise guy like Rob Wilson or Ben Brust might get some playing time and be a dark horse story for the Badgers.
Look around. It's pretty nice here. I'd like to stay through Saturday. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope the guys don't think of this as a vacation and think of it as a business trip, but hopefully it's a long business trip.
For Patrick Herb, I'm Mike Lucas. Thanks for watching Badger Breakdown on UWBadgers.com.